guys, and welcome to Quirky Crafts and Collectibles. I'm Pandora Box. Well, on today's episode, I'd like to show you some of my quirky crafts. Now, you've seen a lot of my dolls so far, so it's about time that I show you some craft as well. So as you can see on the table, I have a lot of my crafts that I do. Now, this is called, for those that don't know, quilting, or it could be English piecing, or hand piecing as well. So behind me is a design that I put together, and this was done by machine. So it was all done by a jelly roll, so strips of fabrics like this, and you just sew them together as so. So right sides together, sew them together, and then just keep going until you're finished your strips. Now this is called a jelly roll. You sew them down that seam, you open them up. Oh, I can't do it. And you start getting pieces like that. So that's what this is. As you can see, some of the fabrics that I've used. So they're just strips, and then you just keep going until you're finished. Put a seam around it, put a background around it, like that. And then you've got placemats or lounge chair arms. This is English piecing. So these are pieces like, I'll just show you what they start with. So you end up with pieces like that. Okay, so I'm doing a colour wheel. So it'll go on a black fabric background, and they'll be sitting that way. And English piecing is done with some cardboard behind. Do a thread stitch. Then you start putting the triangles together, like that, and then you start putting your colours together as that, and then that way you create a colour wheel. And you can put them on your background any way you like as well. So I'm going to be doing them that way, coming down that way. So I've got a few more to do with that one. When that's finished, I'll show you what that looks like. So that's in progress. So I've got a few in progress. So that's that one. This is one that I have again designed, and I'm hand quilting this one myself. So this is done very similar to the one I just showed you. Okay, and I finished the background. I've put it on a blue background, and I've machine quilted the outsides going that way, but I have hand quilted myself. As you can see, that's what it looks like on the back. And to do this, I've still got my needle there, I've still got to finish this. To do this, I do this on a hoop. It goes inside. Just like that. You tighten it up, and that gives you a nice firm base to sew in. And I've put markers so I know where I'm going. So when I'm stitching inside. It's very hard to see, but I'm stitching a quilting there. And that will hold the fabrics together. And when I've done that, I will then bind it at the ends. I'll bind that, and that'll be finished that way. Okay. And this one here, I'm not going to take the credit of putting this together because my mother-in-law put this together, but it was my design. It was her fabric, and it was my design to put this together. Now, not long ago, Mother went on a Egyptian trip, and we thought, you've got all this Egyptian fabric. She's not one for fuzzy cutting. Now, fuzzy cutting is when you get your fabric and you actually cut out a section that you want to keep, and I've done that and repeated that. I've cut all the pieces for her, and she actually hand stitched, English pieced it all together, put it together, and then we'd got somebody to quilt it as well. So the theme was with this, a remembrance of Mum's trip to Egypt. You have the sand, the star, and the colours of Egypt. We did put it in a couple of shows, and she did come first in each one, so I was very, very proud of her. Now, she's never done angles like this, okay? They're quite tricky. She's never done angles like this. So I gave her the challenge, and she accepted, and she did that. And she's one for doing hexagons. Of course, a hexagon, you know what a hexagon is? And that's a hexagon, so that's her specialty. But I'm gonna bring her on the show, and she'll be my special guest, and she's gonna show me, or show us, a lot of her skills and what she loves to do. And she's a very talented lady, and what her specialty is as well, and some of her collections. So make sure you subscribe so you know you won't miss that episode. It's gonna be amazing. Can't wait until she comes on. So that is just a brief showing of my quilts that I have done in the past. This was my latest one, so it's just finished. And I've done a few that I'm still in the progress. So don't forget to give me the thumbs up, or a like, whatever you like to call it. Make sure you hit that bell button so you don't miss any of my episodes, and please make a comment down below. Let me know which is your favourite, and if you're into quilting as well. Yeah, it's lovely to share. So until next time, I'm Pandora Box. Chookers!